You will notice on the tables that there are placards with Martin Luther King quotes. And we would, because we are being recorded this morning, to be played at 3 o'clock today, we would invite you to bring whatever one you decide you want to read up to the microphone to read it. And don't be shy. Humankind must evolve for all human conflict, a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Hi, and I think this follows right up on that. One day we must come to see that peace is not merely a distant goal we seek, but that it is a means by which we arrive at that goal. We must pursue peaceful ends through peaceful means. Thank you. That's Martin Luther King, but me, almost.
And please say your name before you give the quote. Thank you.
My name's Alice Hammers, and I live in McNeil.
My name is Richard Aguilar, and I'm the priest here at St. John's Church. And the quote that is in my table reads, "Nonviolence is the truest sense, is not a strategy that one uses simply because it is expedient at the moment. Nonviolence is ultimately a way of life we live because of the sheer morality of its claim."
Gladys Tisdale. We are never going to have peace until we recognize the basic fact of the interrelated structure of the universe. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. And you can never be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Cinda Combs. A basic fact about nonviolent resistance is that it is based on the conviction that the universe is on the side of justice. Consequently, the believer in nonviolence has deep faith in the future and knows that in the struggle for justice, he or she has cosmic companionship.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that one. True.
And Sandra Jean, former minister of Centers for Spiritual Living here in Bisbee. The arc of the universe is long, and it leans towards justice.
Douglas Dunn, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter.
Tom Carlson. Those who work against community are working against the whole of creation. If I respond to hate with a reciprocal hate, I do nothing but intensify the cleavage in broken community. I can only close the gap by meeting hate with love.
I'm Robin Barker. After we have discovered what we are called to do, after we've discovered our life's work, we should set out to do that work so well that the living, the dead, or the unborn couldn't do it better.
I'm Jim Gibson. A nation that continues year after year to spend more money on military defense than on programs of social uplift is approaching spiritual death. Martin Luther King Jr.
Maggie Bagria.
The ultimate measure of a person is not where he or she stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he or she stands at times of challenge and controversy.
Allison Williams. I'm reading this from my daughter, Amber Golden. She wrote this in Miss Delgado's third grade class. They did acrostic poems using the letters for freedom. MLK speaks my way. For everybody, rights were made. Everybody gets their rights. Everybody wins. Does anybody have a right? On my mind, they should. My dream will come true. Amber Golden. Thank you.
James Cool. Power at its best is love implementing the demands of justice. Justice at its best is love correcting everything that stands against love. Martin Luther King.
Carol Clark. Law and order exist for the purpose of establishing justice. When they fail in this purpose, they become the dangerously structured dams that block the flow of social progress.
There comes a time when the drum major instinct can become destructive. Oh, my name's Judy Perry, by the way. A lot of the race problem grows out of a need that some people have to feel superior. Nations are caught up in the drum major instinct. I must be first, I must be supreme. Our nation must rule the world. Don't give it up. Keep feeling the need for being first, but I want you to be first in love. I want you to be first in moral excellence. I want you to be first in generosity.
We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Martin Luther King.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. Hate multiplies hate, violence multiplies violence, and toughness multiplies toughness in a descending spiral of destruction. The chain reaction of evil hate begetting hate, wars producing more wars, must be broken, or we shall be plunged into the dark abyss of annihilation. Martin Luther King, Jr.
Amanda Gibson. The way of nonviolence is vital because it seeks to reestablish the broken community. It is the method which seeks to implement the just law by appealing to the conscience of great, decent majority who through blindness, fear, pride, irrationality have allowed their consciousnesses to sleep.
Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Martin Luther King.
Joy Stewart. We have flown the air like birds and swum the sea like fishes, but have yet to learn the simple act of walking the earth like brothers and sisters.
Wow. Good one.
If you succumb to the temptation of using violence in the struggle, unborn generations will be the recipients of a long and desolate night of bitterness. And your chief legacy to the future will be an endless reign, a meaningless chaos.
And one more quote, Martin Luther King. Of all the injustices, of all the inequalities, injustice in healthcare is the most cruel and inhumane.